I'm Sal Malici from Freight and Trade Alliance and the Australian Peak Shippers Association, and I'm joined today with Maryann Farrugia from Offshore Business Processing. Firstly, I'd like to thank Offshore Business Processing for supporting the 2026 Australia and New Zealand Shipping and Logistics Conference as a gold sponsor. Maryann, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, sir.
Offshore Business Processing, as I said, has come on board as a gold sponsor for the conference. Can you tell us about what it is about the event that interested you in taking on that sponsorship?
Well, we've been in business for about 13 years. In fact, I think FTA and OBP started pretty much at the same time. I'm not sure if you
Wow.
know, Paul and I have a pretty long relationship. I own another business where we look after the FTA website, as you probably know. We help design the
Yeah.
logo for Paul. And so, I've always said to Paul, for many years, hey, if you should have a conference, OBP would definitely sponsor that for you. But OBP has grown a lot over the last 13 years, but the majority of our clients are still Australian-based companies. We obviously want to continue to support the industry in Australia and support FTA. I think that's probably one of the biggest. And our customers will be there, and it's really easy for us to go to one event, catch up with a lot of our customers all in one location as well as learn what's going on in the industry as well. And also our biggest partner in the world is also going to be there, which is WiseTech. So there's probably a lot of reasons why we decided to be a sponsor of the event.
Fantastic. Now, some of the people watching this might not be familiar with offshore business processing. So could you tell us a little bit about the organisation and the services that you provide to the shipping and logistics sector?
Yes, so OBP is a business, or BPO, which stands for Business Process Outsourcing Company. As many forwarders are doing right now, they're using companies like OBP to offshore their back office, a lot of their back office work, just because the labor cost is so much cheaper in the Philippines. And we work in an industry which is all about globalization. And so in a way, I guess the freight forwarders and the brokers are doing what their customers are doing, and that is, using other countries that have cheaper labor to make things for them. In our case, we're just doing the data entry side of things for freight forwarders. OBP has over 1,000 employees based in our offices in the Philippines. We work with some of the biggest freight companies in the world. A few of the top 10 global forwarders use OBP, right down to small little freight forwarders in places like Australia and New Zealand. And we just, probably 95% of our clients are freight forwarders or customs brokers. We do have some clients we work with some importers and some exporters as well. We work with some accounting firms, some IT firms. But the majority of our clients are the brokers, the shipping lines, the freight forwarders, and the transport companies as well, because we're really strong in that logistics space. That's essentially what OBP does.
Now, lots of organisations in the industry are, as you pointed out, exploring new ways to improve efficiency and manage costs. How are you seeing outsourcing and offshore support evolving within the supply chain sector?
13 years ago, I spoke at an FTA seminar in Sydney, and I got a lot of backlash back then for offshoring. I would have people saying to me, "Don't you feel bad taking jobs away from Australians?" And I've copped it over the years. But over the time, it's been more and more accepted. It's just part of doing business, and to survive, you really have to start offshoring.
Yeah.
I think what we're going to see over the next maybe 5 years, I think it's not really ready yet. I think the emergence of AI coming into our industry in a big way, and OBP is always, we've not had our head in the sand at all. In fact, we've partnered with ShipperMax, which is the AI product of WiseTech. We always recommend AI products to our clients where we see it's going to help our customers. So I think offshoring and AI are going to work very closely together in the future. I think, will it have an impact on us? Probably in our headcount, but I also think the number of customers that we work with will increase. So those companies that are not offshoring for whatever reason, maybe they still like to keep people in Australia or wherever they are in the world. I think if you're going to be using AI, you're going to be reducing your labor, your headcount anyway. And you will always need someone to manage those exceptions that come out of AI. So I think, if we had a client, for example, that might have 5 people today, they might only need 2 or 3 people after AI. And instead of having a couple of 100 clients, we might end up having, 1,000 companies around the world, but just with smaller teams. But AI is definitely going to have an impact, and a good one, I think, on our industry. But I think it's going to just open the door for offshoring even more with freight forwarders around the world. So I think that's probably and I just got back from TPM as well, and every second stand there was, all about AI. We spent our time at the CargoWise stand, talking to a lot of our customers and prospects, and it's the hottest topic, right now is AI. So we're pretty excited about it. We just, a lot of people talk about AI. There's maybe 1 or 2 products out there that are doing what they say it does. But for the most part, most of them are just not there yet. And a lot of our customers have been disappointed with so they just, stick with the offshoring until the technology catches up to what's promised, by these companies. So obviously, WiseTech have invested pretty heavily in their AI side of things as well, and we're excited for when that is released. And we're the biggest WiseTech partner in the world. In fact, I think we're 8 times bigger than the next partner. So we're working with WiseTech on a lot of things behind the scenes as well. I think AI is probably the thing that everybody's talking about right now, and probably the most exciting thing maybe to happen in the industry for a long time, especially if you're a business owner. This is going to be a way to reduce the cost per job, and get it, and it's going to be more efficient as well. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know for a fact we're going to be talking about AI at the conference this August. Really appreciate your time today, Maryann. Thanks for sharing your insights, and look forward to seeing you and everyone at the conference this August.
No problem. Thank you.